Every third death in the world occurs because of circulatory disturbances. Classical examples of circulatory problems is heart attack and stroke and kidney failure and peripheral artery disease. We have heart. Our heart pumps blood into our blood vessels, and blood itself provides nutrients to our organs and to our tissues and removes toxins. And if there is any problems, any of these parts, heart, blood vessels, or blood itself, it's circulatory problems and circulatory disturbances. Ignoring circulatory disturbances is life-threatening. That's why we will discuss 6 most earliest and common signs of circulatory problems we can detect before any important disease occurs. First sign of circulatory problem is leg pain during walking. It is called intermittent claudication. Pain and aching usually occurs in calves, sometimes thighs and buttocks. And what is interesting here? Interesting is that it's predictable. Person already knows that after 3 minutes of walking, for example, he or she will have leg pain. It's important sign of circulatory problem in leg arteries, and it is called peripheral artery disease, and important sign is intermittent claudication. If person left untreated this condition, it will progress, and sometimes gangrene develops, and person can lose his limb at this case. That's why you should pay attention. Leg pain during walking. Second symptom is muscle cramps. Muscle cramps are sudden, involuntary, painful contraction of muscles, and it occurs during physical activity. It is sign of circulatory disturbance. But if there is night cramps, when person asleep and waking up with painful cramps of muscle, it usually not because of circulatory disturbances. It's usually because of fatigue or electrolyte disbalance or lying in same position prolonged period of time, other different types of causes, but usually it's not because of circulatory problems. But when person has circulatory problems, usually he or she has frequent cramps, muscle cramps. Third symptom is cold hands and feet. When people have circulatory problems, they have cold extremities, cold hands, and this coldness increases during winter periods. But if person says that she or he always has cold extremities, cold hands, as he can remember from since his childhood, it's not because of circulatory problems. It can be genetic, it can be hypothyroidism, it can be different problems. But if person says that recently I have cold hands and cold feet and difficulty to warm up, and even during physical activity his hands are cold, it's sign of circulatory problems, and it requires medical attention, and it's sign of peripheral artery disease. Fourth symptom is chest pain. Chest pain when there is pressure sensitivity after physical exertion. When there is squeezing sensation after physical exertion. Not when person has chest discomfort during rest, it's not because of circulatory problems. Circulatory problem is when person has chest discomfort after physical exercise, after stress, after heavy meals. It can be circulatory problems, especially heart, blood vessels problems, and if left untreated, it can lead to heart attack. And fifth symptom is shortness of breath, difficulty breathing, dyspnea, and any kind of discomfort during breathing after physical activity. It is because of poor circulation, and after physical activity is very important part here, because if person has shortness of breath during rest period, it's not due to circulatory problem. Usually it can be panic attack, it can be pulmonary problem, it can be bronchial problem, respiratory problem, but usually when there is circulatory problems, shortness of breath and breathing difficulties occurs after physical activity, after physical exertion. But here is also one question that person may say that anybody can have dyspnea after physical exertion. Yes, that's right. If after intense physical exertion anybody can have dyspnea, but we mean when dyspnea occurs disproportionately, when physical activity level is minimal, and dyspnea occurs very easily. It's because of circulatory problems, it's because of heart problem, it can be heart failure, and it can be also coronary artery disease, usually because of heart failure or coronary artery disease, when dyspnea and difficulty breathing occurs in response to physical activity, in minimal physical activity, not intense physical activity. If it occurs after intense physical activity, it's normal. And the sixth sign is varicose veins. Varicose veins are small twisted veins which are visible under the skin, and many young people, especially women, have varicose veins, and it's early sign of venous insufficiency. Many people who has varicose vein after some years will develop venous insufficiency and leg swelling, so it's early sign of venous insufficiency. It develops because veins have valves, and these valves should transfer blood only one direction, only from foot towards heart, but sometimes these valves weaken and they pass blood backward. That's why we have venous insufficiency, and it's common among women because of estrogen levels, because of hormonal levels. These hormones venous wall negatively and weakens venous wall, and also it's common among overweight and obese people, because obesity and overweight is additional pressure on veins. That's why venous insufficiency and varicose veins is more common in people with obesity and in women. And now let's say, what can we do to prevent circulatory problems? First, we can reduce sugar intake, because sugar is toxic for blood vessels and it can damage blood vessels, it can increase atherosclerosis. Minimize trans fats, because trans fats increases cholesterol level, increases atherosclerosis. Eat fruits and vegetables and whole grains, because they improve our digestive system and they improve our immune system, they reduce cholesterol level. Exercise is very important, because during physical exercise and exertion our circulatory system improves cardinally and very importantly. So physical exercise is one of the most important part you can do for your body, and minimal physical activity level is 150 minutes per week, and optimal is 1 hour per day. 1 hour per day is optimal physical activity level. And weight loss is important, because weight loss, when person is obese, it's huge stress on cardiovascular system, on his heart, and also it's stress for veins. That's why weight loss is important factor also. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you for your interest, thank you for your watching. If you like my videos, please thumbs up. If you like my channel, please subscribe. Thank you very much. Bye for now.